Hello, everybody. Today, we will be continuing and probably finishing the dear Ba Ori and the Blind Forest. Last time, we discovered the truth that, for some reason, poor Koro's chicks were utterly... Oh, you respawned! I was right standing there! Interesting, but okay. As I was saying, we learned that the light of the spirit tree caused Kuro's chicks to sadly get annihilated, and so... Okay, I was just looking at the map, so it looks like we can go up there, go through there, slam down, and we have access to the save again. And then whatever that is, probably like a... get into that cave, go through, get there, or something probably like that. Then again, considering that we can slam through, maybe the secret's in there. But, yeah, for whatever reason, the spirit tree inadvertently annihilated Kuro's chicks, and now she desires blood of everything. Honestly, like, she feels kinda justified outside of the collateral damage. What the hell are you? Hello. Oh. I guess we'll need you as a thing. But first we'll... make sure there's no secrets. Doesn't look like it, so we shall throw this tumbleweed to the winds. I guess. I guess there would have been an invisible wall there, but since we have the upgrade. Oh, so that's how we can move it. That's kind of cool, that it's technically a projectile, so we can counter it. Okay, but we'll have to actually, like, open the door.
Stay. I have to push you through a door.
Get a move. Bust a move. So we'll probably need that as well. But out of curiosity, I want to throw up there, see if it goes anywhere. Well, then again, we have the looky-loo, so secrets should, like, appear before us. Don't want to be crushed by the tumbleweed. But yeah, I need to keep remembering that I have the ability to see through walls, so secrets should reveal themselves to me. Oh, the theme was playing. Yeah, because there's, like... Get over there. You will be used to stop the annihilation beams from annihilating my dreams. Don't let your annihilation memes be annihilation dreams. I presume... Well, no, okay. It's just like, I presume that we won't have to. But there's one over... Or will we actually have to? No, we will. Will we? Can we even? Because... this one's over here, but it looks like we'll have to block over here. Oh, dang it. Because I'm like 90% certain that if we try to launch it, it will... Oh, I keep hitting the bibdibop. Actually, is this counted as a safe area? Safe area. Let me have my saves, game. If you're going to design weird things and have me save anywhere, let me save anywhere, you bastard. The one downside of this game design. Yeah, that's what I figured. Because, again, the one downside of the game design is it's an utter bastard once you get into the flow and you're like, oh yeah, I love the platforming. And then you remember, oh yeah, the game designers were a bit lazy when it came to the saving. They didn't want to design save points. So you have to make save points yourself. And due to that, technically your punishment is all the grander. Let's see, can I save here? Have to make many a save. Because the designers didn't want to design that day. And I will stand by that. It just feels ever so lazy. That, like, yeah, it is cool that you can make your own save points, but it just it hurts when you get back into the flow of things, and then you go, oh, I made progress, and then I died. Especially there where I remembered, oh yeah, I can make saves, only for the game to go, can you? Can you now? Basically, all I'm saying is, if you're gonna design a game where you don't want to put your own, like save stations for one reason or another, you can't then say, sorry player, we don't think you should save here. Like, on the one hand, it's probably like some soft lock, like, oh, this would be a bad place to save protection, but at the same time, juggle rock 5 times without it hitting the ground. Well, that's an interesting achievement. But yeah, it's just like, I understand the purpose of them saying, no, this is too dangerous, no saving here. But at the same time, this is clearly safe. I mean, I guess technically if the rock bugged out and wibbly wobbed all over the place. But over here, there is nothing that would kill me. So it feels a bit arbitrary. And again, it's just like, oh, we'll just draw a don't save box over this area rather than actually, like, look over the area.
It hurts in my soul.
It is kind of funny, though, that over there, where there were no enemies and, like, nothing really of danger note to me, the game was like, no, you can't save. Meanwhile, I could save right in front of an enemy I killed and they'd respawn because I had loaded the save. I do think that's kind of funny. But yeah, just a little bit of rumbling and grumbling over the fact that they can't decide if they want to decide where the player gets to save and not save. Oh yeah, we already came this way. Ah, but I do believe that means we now have Ultra Defense. Earn all efficiencies and earn all skills. Booyah. But I am interested because more health would be more health. Then again, this could still be like a holy ho, you need more skill. Still hate the blobs. The blobs are evil. The blob is the devil! But I'm just gonna assume that it's probably a you don't have the skill for that come back later type beat. Can I save here? And up and away we go. What? Oh, it was like, what the hell was that? It's just like a flowing cloth. Rude. Understandable. Have a nice day. Oh, hey. I don't need you, but nice. Then again, if I level up, I get a full heal, so it's not like it's meaningless. Okay, that's a little bit mean. I guess not, like, terrible, but... Alright, so, went this way too far. Damn it. Damn, oh damn it. That's why we saved. And luckily, we don't need to go that way anymore. Yet. I do kind of like that the sharp spiky bits kind of resemble, like, from some angles, resemble, like, leaves. It's just really neat. I probably should have saved while I was over there. I think I have found its weakness. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da. I found the weakness of this area. Save. And get heals. Aha, you fool. I'm getting far too cocky for a place that has kind of kicked my ass. Haha, I've become an expert. Of course you're coming over here because you're a jerk. I'll blow you up with my big powers. Die. Didn't even kill you. Why are you so strong? Why are you like the strongest toad? Oh, I didn't even. I thought there would be good floor down there. I was wrong. Okay, I wanted to make sure. It's just like, for some reason, my brain just thought like that was the middle area when that's the middle area that we came from. It's just like, what's this extra area over here? Oh, you know, just a place we've already been, you fool. Technically, I could have done like the shoop-de-shoop. Ah, new skill that'll allow us to break all the other things. This spirit, another sacrifice for Nibel. Sacrifice? I do not like the implications. Nier flew through the air, she soared through the sky. Her world knew no bounds until the forest turned blind. Why sacrifice, though? I don't like that. Was Kuro's children also a sacrifice, according to the spirit tree? Charge jump. To use this ability, hold LT until the charge, then press A for a leap extra high into the air, and presumably smash through. But yeah, that's the final ability. Ah. You'd think that well, I guess I kind of get it because, like, oh, I keep forgetting. Then we have this. Oh, that's a tree branch that we cannot go through. Understandable. Have a nice day. Your auto-aim is evil. Go hell. But now, we have the full repertoire. I do kind of lament it, though, because we got the full repertoire right at, like, the end of the game, which kind of makes sense. But it does just also mean, then, that we don't really get much time to really appreciate our time, like, with. Oh, I was probably supposed to... Oh, wait, no. Oh, that works. Ba-ba-ba. Oh, dang it. Oh, close there. Almost died. Oh, I wonder. Add that with my, like, your ability to, like, throw orbs up and slam. Oh. Not slam, but, like, counter jump. Can be very nice. Go ahead and save down here. Just farm that healing. Because, like, for me, I think the platonic ideal of a Metroidvania platformer like this would be if all of the, like, platforming abilities were able to be gotten, like, 50% of the way through. That way you can, like, actually have a lot of time to play with it. Oh boy, crystals holding in the light.
No wonder Kuro is avoiding this place. The Sunstone still radiates the light that she fears.
Also, there's a volcano out there. Is that gonna explode? Blot out the sun? I saw birds in the background and was just like, is that Kuro? Top of the world! Climb to the top of Nibel. You found the Sunstone. Using this legendary rune, you can gain entrance to Mount Horu, the final dungeon, I guess. But now that we took that... Oh. Why are we flashing back here? Yeah, well, okay, first off, how did Gomu know? And also, what are you doing? But isn't she a lightless creature? What's that gonna do? Then again, I guess Gomu is also kind of a lightless creature. That's kind of, well, I mean, maybe, I don't know. They do have, like, a white face. That's interesting, eh? Bad journey inspired even he who had doubts. That's super cool, though. And here, like, Gumo had found a place to belong. And here, Sign was like, oh, I wonder if Gomu will hate us for being alive while all of his people are dead. Really paint Sign as a pessimist.
With the Sunstone, we can now pass through Mount Horu's gates. But do you feel the shaking, the rumbling in the earth? Mount Horu is close to spewing fire. There's no time to lose.
And now we can go through the fiery zone. We can go through the fiery zone. I actually got quite close there, and we can just teleport right there once we get to a teleport spot. New objective. Find and restore Mount Horu. What? I was just like, I wonder what's over here. Immediate demise. Through the power of God, apparently. Okay, sure. But I still wonder what the whole deal is because of, like, light spirits versus, like, it seems like so many other things aren't light spirits. Like, or like, are, because, like, Kuro is like a dark, like, dang it, double dang it. I just wanted to get back to my dippity-da, dippity-day. I just want to get back to there so we can fast travel. Where's the closest fast travel? I guess we can just jump all the way down. It would technically be easier. In a way, it's probably even faster. So just dive on the way down. Because my brain was just like, damn it. Diving all the way down is still not entirely safe. Jesus. Could give a little bit of warning, you demon. But I guess death is also sudden. But yeah, because, like, the light spirits are obviously, like, Ori. Meanwhile, everything else, like, that is an like, everything that isn't a monster, like the frogs, like the slimes, because, like, Kuro is a pitch black owl. And then, what's her name? I keep forgetting, Ori's Ghibli Sloth caretaker's name. But, yeah, her name is just completely gone. But she also has a similar kind of design aesthetic to her. Except that she has, like, a white face to kind of, from a design point, I would say, imply a connection to the spirit tree, to the light spirits. Whereas Kuro doesn't have any, but at the same time, Gomu doesn't have any, like, prominent white in his design, yet his people seemed to be really tied to the spirit tree as well. And go ahead and save here so we respawn here and not over there. I just get spam savey. And while I do appreciate, like, being able to, like, unlock all of the abilities and stuff early on by, like, killing enemies and getting experience, it does take away by the fact that a lot of the, like, rewards for, like, platforming and discovery, a lot of the rewards are just, hey, more experience. So... I don't know. Again, I just really feel like they could have hit the platonic ideal of Metroidvania for me and have it so that we could actually have all of the abilities to do things a bit sooner. Okay, we'll just kill you so we can... Let's see. Booyah. Oh. Wait, because we have to, like... Yeah. Because how do we break you with it? Because it felt like we did. Maybe I'm just dumb. I wonder if I can then... Oh, like... Being a fool. No? Then how am I supposed to break you with crystal power? Because we do have this. No? So I honestly don't know how we're supposed to smash you. Because I do feel like I did, like, a smashed aside one, but no idea. Maybe I suck. Yeah, just, and then press A, but only if you're on the ground. Interesting. Like, interesting how, like, I guess if I... Yeah, this has kind of, coyote time for a bit. But yeah, no idea how to smash you open then. She's like, what do I do? How do I break you? Because there's actually a thing in there that I could use, a cell. And obviously that's meant to be destroyed. I just want to destroy you! Or maybe they do want you to, like, do the... Let's see... The kind of... Dang it. Nope. Although... Nope. I just want to get all the secrets, but they're being weird with their design. Because I don't think, like, Because it just feels like you should be able to go over there, destroy that, throw the light through, but apparently you can't destroy that, unless there is a power that I am forgetting, but there does not seem to be, as far as I can see. I don't know. Because it doesn't seem like you can juggle, like, the spider shots up. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm just very disappointed, because, like, oh, I've got the final power, I can do things. Nah, they decided to be weird with their design again. Fine. I shall cheatsy doodles your shit. When the game refuses to be a game, we must make the game a game. Yeah, because again, it's just like... It feels like super obvious where it's just like, oh, do it over here. But I have to get over there anyway to break it or something? Is the pillar misplaced? Is it supposed to be more over here so you can land here and explode it and jump? I do not get it. Maybe because, like, I swear that when I hold this down and I'm on a wall, I can't, like, use it to jump off superly, and the dash doesn't... Oh. Is that? No? I thought, like, maybe if I, like, wall climbed, then jumped, but no, it's just a normal jump. I do not get it. I do not get it. Profound sadness at the lack of design. Because I genuinely cannot even begin to fathom what they wanted from the player there. From an actual, like, what the devs wanted you to do, I do not know what the devs wanted me to do. For the life of me, I cannot tell. At least with my strength, I can bully these enemies a bit more. I don't think we need to worry about you. Wait, that's very rude. How dare. Yeah, we'll just go this way. Get out of here. So we can come over here and save. I just realized I could have just teleported over here. For some reason, my brain went, oh yes, I must teleport over to the tree, and then I walk over here to the other save. I don't know, my brain wires got crossed. From YouTube chat, hi, I'm a watch and stress eat the Axis fight off. Understandable. Some boss fights, they just warrant brain. Well, let us see. Okay. Okay, now we just... I will use you for further height. I'll use you for secret hunting, thank you. What even are you? What even are you, demon? No. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, we could go down there, but we don't need experience anymore. Because we are already max level. Oh, we can move this? Okay. You are very rude! I don't think that was meant to happen! I got bullied! And now I'm down here. Man, we do not need any of these experience things, so sorry for you, challenges. I'm going for progress. Goodbye. From Mutagen, I swear Undertale Original is so much easier. To be fair, I think even Toby Fox admitted that, like, he was kind of winging it. And then you've got, oh. Darkness brought them to this forsaken place. And then Undertale Yellow had, like, certified Toho fans, so... the bullet hell was gonna get more hell. At the gate of Mount Horu, a tough decision was made. What decision? That we're gonna go in? What's the decision, oh spirit tree of hell? Child murdering spirit tree.
Nibel's source of warmth, all its glory is burned. Let's be careful, many of those that entered this place have never returned.
I'm not sure if I should trust you, Sign. Into the fire, enter Mount Horu achievement.
The elements of warmth is close to the mountain. I've never seen it this way. We've come so far, so much has been lost. You can't give up. Now, we must enter the fray.
Oh, is there a... I was gonna be like, oh, there's a save down there, you know. Under the lava. Also lava, so... Daniel. Oh yeah, I forgot. We can have super jump, and I still hate the slime. Oh, I didn't know that that was murdering me. I mean, it kind of makes sense in hindsight. It's kind of like super angry lava death, but... I don't even know. The floor is literally lava. How dare. The volcano floor is lava. Who could have seen this coming? Damn it. And why do they have to put the only safe floor next to an instant kill? Hilarious that that's actually a place that you can save. Oh. I keep forgetting that all the buttons now, they're coming for my soul. Get out of here, ceiling lava man. Yeah, we... Oh, dang it. We kind of needed that guy, I think. Maybe not as much, but it would have been easier. Jesus Christ. Hate all my jumps, will you? Just man. There's just everything everywhere. I don't even know where we're supposed to be going. I mean, because there are all these, like, lava falls that are boxing us in, kind of. I will come over here. So I can... Oh! I kind of cheesed it then. Because I forgot that we had that leftover map marker from a map we'd never activated. That's kind of funny that that's actually... I think that's actually hilarious. No, the map is over there. It's just like, that's kind of interesting. That they're not, like, unique to each map marker. They can be interchanged. That is hilarious. I was trying to make a save there. That... is very funny. And I will save again. Hilarious how it's not calling any of this a dangerous place to be. And we will save here in the actual save spot. As they fought for their lives amidst the fires of Horu. The lava was... Oh, Gomu and the caretaker. I completely forget her name. I always forget her name. Oh, Ghibli Sloth, you are not built for this. You're going to die again. I do find it funny that they're like... Naru wished solely to see her child again. Yeah, this is where all the super platforming is gonna come in, I think. Oh, why you... That's just mean. You haven't even shown me that kind of thing before. What if I hadn't saved? game. Why would I want to cling to the wall if it is... That's so mean that they're like, oh, because, like, one of the abilities is a wall cling, and you can wall cling to spikes, I guess. Why? Somehow that worked. Okay, but first, save.
Ori, these rocks appear unstable. Though through my light, we may be able to use them to stop the lava from spreading.
By adding more rock to the lava. Or is that just like a rock sponge? Oh, okay, no, it just stopped a lava flow. Okay, and some new footing has been made available. And over here, I will say, like, that still felt like a little bit hard to see through all the smoke and darkness, but oh well. Just need to be careful not to get crushed. These things are very mean. Oh well. Surprise, I lived, bitch. And this is also available for us to do. What game must go now? Thank you for spending some time here. Hope whatever you go to do goes well. I am intrigued on where I must go. Good thing that... Oh, that's why! Oh, this is gonna be dangerous. Axie's pacifist is calling. Good luck. May the pacifist be with you. Cole, I didn't even notice that the other one had a... Oh. How to switch, but now how do I get back? I have to super jump to it. Okay, I think I got it. Another reason why I wish we had more time with these abilities. Allow them to build up to this. Oh, that was fucking close. Oh, that was close. The lava tube was gonna tube me. Don't even know why that guy's there. Do kind of like that each of these areas is kind of like a... That did it shoot and somehow alter its like movement to hit the spikes a bit and instant die? That's the only thing I could think of. Or they're just shooting each other. Okay, that makes more sense. And over here. Ah, okay. Okay. We just have to kill them all. I remember these doors. Oh, this is gonna be... I'll come back to kill you later. Kind of mean, because, like, I would have designed it so you have to kind of kill Pogo across all the enemies. Personally, rather than kind of pacifist Pogo through, only to then kill them on the way back. Considering that, like, oh, you see another, like, door that you only open by killing, just feels a little bit rude to be like, ho ho ho, silly player. Again, we are entering the territory of, boy howdy, I wish that they, designed. They are just banking on the player being able to save wherever. And I really don't like that. Okay, so... Ah! Oh, death. Death approaches. And now it's super spinning forever, probably. Okay, at least that doesn't crush me. Hopefully that doesn't kill me. Because I assume that we have to push it. But now that we've pushed it far enough, we can loop around. Good, good. And luckily that turns it off. Thank you. Again, this game is banking way too much on lol-de-lol. We have instant respawn. Just a wee bit too much over-reliance on that, I will say. Like, I don't hate that we have basically an instant respawn. That is very nice. But what I am saying is I really wish they could have carried that forward to then also have good design elsewhere. Have to wait for my Soul Link to respawn. I do not like the glowy eye statue. Yeah, there's enemies near. You have let me save closer to enemies before, game. Hopefully you're not needed. Oh, that's just mean. Okay, I forgot. This isn't a murder all the enemies. This is a get through. Especially if these that can be destroyed. Whew! A definite save, for I fear. Explode, explode, rockin' to the go. Whew. Oh. We just gotta fly on through. Oh, dang it. respawn all back here. Would have preferred if it was kind of like Mario rules, or not Mario rules, but like other platformer rules where you fall into an instant like platforming hazard. Therefore, the game will be nice and give you like a respawn right next, like a but what's what I'm looking for? Right on the last solid ground that you were on. I think that would have been a wee bit nicer. Well, if that's just me, what even did that? But yeah, that's really my only major complaint, and it is kind of a major complaint with this game, is some of the design relies far too heavily on the player, like, just open thing. Relies far too heavily on the player just being like, oh, I'll just retry from my save that I totally made, game. Dang it. Like, wait. Why even put the slimes in here? They're just here to piss me off. We're gonna have a platforming section. Quick, put enemies in there. We can't have a pure platforming section. I just, for some reason, just like having enemies right at the spawn too. We have to drain their health so they can't get by the spikes too easily. Oh, I get it. We have to... I get you. And we don't even need that because that's just experience. Now this is cool. I probably should have made a save for when it inevitably gets super duper hard, because that is this game's motto. You should have made a save. It's not our design's problem. It's your fault for not making a save. You idiot. Okay, game, fuck off. Not a fan of the floor design. 'Cause I'm trying to get my bearings and the game says no. At least it's not the same over here. At the very least. Well, I guess since, like, because I thought that would be like a, oh, we have to go out of our way to get this. No, it's just given to us. So we shall take. And of course you respawn. Die, slime boy. No, that place is too dangerous to save. Actually, come to think of it, how is grass growing in this hellscape? Let's see, are we going this way? No. And save here. Until we go through this door and save again. Inevitably. Nope, can't do that, huh? Oh, that's probably for the get out of here. Oh, is this just for a secret? Oh, okay, secret. Not really secret, but, experience thing and the... the goal. Oh. And a chase sequence. Okay, that was not a clear indication at all where the lava was. I felt it was like a wee bit more behind us. Rude. I forgot. Why the slimes? Why the slimes? Dimes for crimes. And good, that I was gonna be a little bit worried there for a moment that that wall wouldn't cover me enough. And that lowered the left side, and now we just need to continue on and lower the right side. Go ahead and... No, you can't well, but we can save right there. Whatever you say, game. Why is why you... Actually, come to think of it, why is it reactive lava that only goes, "You're standing on me, die"? Sentient lava that hates. Sentient lava that hates. Alright. Feel that. Okay. At the very least, it's not instant kill. If it was instant kill, anger. Well, what the fuck do you want me to do? No, I don't think it's up there. Why? Maybe I'm supposed to blast it away? Yeah, that's just down here for secret. Have to wait for laser beam to get bored. But I, too, get bored. Dang it, game. Oh, sorry, you coyote timed your jump, therefore you don't get the boost. Fuck you. Okay, we will save here. Do we just blast it? Multiple times, even. Because that's like, considering everything, it has to be an instant kill. Well, I saved. So yeah, instant kill. Why would you do this? Am I supposed to do... Why? Again, oh, you have instant respawns. I hate you, game. I do not know what game wants of me for this. Oh boy, my favorite. Game not telling me what to do. Woohoo. No, seriously, I don't know what the fucking game wants me to do. I hate. All I want for Christmas is design. Yeah, so obviously that can't be it. So what the fuck do they... Like, I guess maybe I'm supposed to, like, maybe stand there and throw balls up to kill you? But that's not, like, told at all. Game! That's the only thing I can think of. It's like, blindly shoot. But even then, I do not know what the game wants. Can I throw the orb through? No, that gets blocked by that. I do not know what the game wants from me. It is almost like if you have puzzles, you should teach the player what the puzzles do. It is almost like you should have design in your video game. I'm going to harp on this because this is unacceptable. Genuinely. Like, do I kill you? Like, wait for you to shoot and... Yeah, and then you shoot one. Okay, can kill you. Ah, dang it, I missed. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm just doing random thing. Dang it, I lost myself to doom. But yeah, I just like... Ah. They just give way too many things that you can do at the same time, I feel like. And then launch. Because considering that it was like right there, for some reason my brain was like, oh, don't grab it. They're just throwing so much. Oh. Interesting, I wonder why. I guess so that I can... Oh, okay, yeah. So I can grab. Yeah, just like for some reason, getting too close to the instant death things made my brain scream. It's just like, there has to be a different way of doing it. When there was not. Gotta go. Especially because for the longest time, that is the, like, go-to way of getting the ball to go. For some reason, my brain went like, oh, grab it. You don't grab the balls. You don't grab the balls. You launch them. And it was purely because it was already, like, I kind of get what they were going for there. They were like, oh, you use this to be placed into the divot and block the stream. When that is, like, literally the last thing you really need to tell the player. And I'll just wait here so you can blast away, and then I run. I got hit by the most easily dodgeable thing. Yeah, because we did do that one. Obviously, we went over there. But now we can go down there and save, I think. And die. Go ahead and save. Save at every spirit portal. Huzzah! Intriguing. I guess we shall go to the left. Begone, lava slug. Ow. Ah, we have to kill them all. Or at least that one. I don't like the choir. The guys on the walls being like, we shoot you too. I don't know. They don't feel nice. If only I could kill them. Instead, I'll just hang out over here, where they cannot shoot me. And does that open it? Do we have to kill the choir? Nope, we only had to kill the one. Now we are deeper in. Presume we go over here. Big ring It's the Dark Soul. Interesting, they don't let me heal here, or save here. Ah, the core.
The element of warmth is within our grasp. With the elements restored, we can undo the effects of her wrath.
But what's stopping it from happening again? You spirit people murdering people for no reason. And also... here she is in anger. Is she just gonna grab the core of warmth and fly? That'd be amusing. Fan the flames, rekindle. Oh! Did not expect that. Okay. Oh. I'm pressing down. Honestly... Oh, that's bad. But I escaped anyway. Ah, dang it. Never mind. Undang it. And luckily, I have infinite breath. You can't kill me in the water. Okay, maybe you can crush me, but that would be highly unorthodox. Oh, the feather! Nope. I knew that hidey hole would be important. Dang it. Oh. Oh, that kills me anyway, even though I was in the hidey hole. And it goes all the way back! Okay, I don't like this anymore. Have checkpoints, you assholes. It's on such a speedy crunch. Alright, there we go. Again, would be really nice. Dang it. Why is that an instant death? Stop having instant deaths, you assholes. Just learn to design first, then you can put instant deaths. I don't like it. Especially when it just looks like a normal fire. Designate what is insta-kill and what is not. I do not like it. I do not. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeesh. Especially when it gets cut so tight. Again, just wish that I could save. Okay, I was gonna say, game. I don't... Where does the game want me to go? Am I supposed to... They have so many mechanics, and they're just not telegraphing anything, and it's all instant kill, and I hate it. It's ruining a cool moment. Just way too much instant kill, not enough, like... Again, if you are going to rely so heavily on the player being able to respawn at will... Don't take away the player's ability to respawn. Or, like, make their own save point. It's just so lame. Ah, dang it. Again, this would be the perfect place. Itch on shave. Screw you. Oh, dang it. I was so close. Huh, so maybe that first one wasn't an instant kill. It's like, it's so hard to tell what is an instant kill and what's not. Come on, let me save here. Because now I'm just getting careless because I'm like, nothing matters. Oh. Dang it. They're just not telegraphing what you're supposed to do. They're throwing around every single mechanic. It's like, oh, you fly with the crow's feather. Oops, you don't fly anymore. Where am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to go? Telegraph, please. Design, please. Let me save, please, so I can retry same part without getting annoyed, please. Especially just like how fast this all is supposed to go. Because, like, it's just like they want to do everything in their power to be like, see, it's dangerous, you can't save there. And it's just like, I just want to make progress, you are ruining a cool thing by being a bad designer. I hate. Do-do-do. Dang it. Gotta swim fast because the rocks will come. Okay, so I guess that here it is use these. Oh, that's so mean. Oh, the fire. Okay, good. Cutscene. I kept dying right at the end. Meanwhile, Naru went into the hellhole. She left them to burn. Thought she vanquished my light. Will Gomu come and save us again?
Ori, please get up!
Or will Naru come save us in our time of need? Or will Gomu? Or will anyone?
The spirit tree's so close. He's our only hope left.
Ah, great. Is it going to be like a bookend? Are we going to crawl away and die? Because we're losing a bunch of, like, petals.
The spirit tree is near. There's one step more to take. The force of Nibel will live once again.
Lol, no. That didn't even look that violent, all things considered. Ah, we take control of Naru, the Ghibli sloth. Love, a beloved bond achievement. Is Kuro gonna see herself and Naru? Really wonderful music playing as well. I mean, in the end, Kuro wasn't wrong. We still don't know exactly why the spirit tree, and why and how the spirit tree did what it did. Oh. And in her vengeance, she put her final egg at risk. But yeah, still, we don't know the hows and whys of what the spirit tree did to kill Kuro's chicks. So in the end, Kuro is still not entirely wrong beyond the collateral. And that's going to annihilate Kuro, probably. Being right at the epicenter of the light that killed her chicks. Yep. Interesting, but this feels almost like a villain victory. For the spirit tree. Because to piece together the story, it's like a piece of the spirit tree that was Ori, a leaf, like a spirit leaf petal, got lost, and the spirit tree is like, I must call to my child. Wah! Send out a big beam of light that scared Naru into running away into her cave and keeping Ori from going. Oh, that's some beautiful art. And it did kill Kuro's chicks, so it's just like... I don't know. It feels weird. Feels wonky. Granted, it could just be the excess, like, oh, that's kind of cool, other light spirits. Either being born or reborn. Oh, that's cute. Little Dark that's like, we shall draw Kuro, and just, like, cross her out immediately. But at least they're taking responsibility for the egg. Because that is one thing that I did know from, like, the one trailer bit I saw of Will of the Wisps. The journey ends. Complete the game achievement. Was that, in Will of the Wisps, Ori has a owl child to take care of. It's like, overall, very artsy, but I think the story doesn't make sense. Like, ultimately. And unintentionally a shorter stream, but then again, I probably should have seen that coming. But yeah, like, the art and the music are very good. The story kind of falls off at the end because, like, the why as to why Kuro, like, Kuro's chicks got flash fried by the spirit tree doesn't make sense. Maybe there's deeper lore that I'm not privy to. Because again, there's the light spirits and, like, creatures, and then, like, what seems to be beings without light. Similar, because again, in the, like, Definitive Edition added dungeon, we saw Naru's parent be like, no, do not play with the light spirits. He's like, I don't know. And it is interesting how, like, Kuro got, like, flashy highlights as well in her rage. Like, who knows, maybe I missed a spirit tree line. Or I am just not smart, but it does just seem odd. Seems weird. that just goes unaddressed. Because, like, the parallel thing could work a little bit with, like, the Naru and the Kuro. Kuro lost her chicks and is trying to protect her one. Whereas Naru is like, oh no, I hope I don't lose Ori. So it's like, that's kind of a little bit of a neat parallel. But considering that we just do not know, or at least I do not know, why or how the spirit tree flash fried Kuro's chicks, it kind of falls flat because we're just returning the spirit tree to its central power, plug in sign back in, And all because the spirit tree is like, SOS, I lost my leaf child, come back to me. And again, Naru wasn't digging that and hid Ori in the cave. And then Kuro's like wanting to protect her chick, her final egg, led to all the collateral and things going bleh. It's a double standard. Kuro tries to protect her final child, and it's the wrong answer because it creates other danger, but Naru wants to protect her child, and suddenly it is a good thing because it puts the spirit tree back into power. I smell a conspiracy. Again, entirely possible that I just missed some kind of, like, lore bit. Adorable, though. Basically, this feels like a vibes game. Where the story, like, through the middle is pretty good, but then the final bit, because, like, it just felt like it needed one more thing. Like, the spirit tree inadvertently killed Kuro's chicks, and that then goes unaddressed, basically. I think if that was addressed a bit somehow, that would make Kuro's sacrifice make a bit more sense. Or maybe not like sense, because it makes perfect sense. Kuro is like, I have one egg left, and everything is going bad because of collateral of my revenge. So I will make sure that my chick survives. That makes logical sense, but it doesn't feel satisfying because we don't know the impetus. We technically know, Spirit Tree killed Kuro's chicks, but then that's it. That happened. It will not be explained. Why was the Spirit Tree such a devastating call for Ori to come home? And then it just goes unaddressed. And it just adds even more interestingness where Naru is like, I'll play with the spirit, like light spirits in the Definitive Edition dungeon. And her parent is like, no, do not play with the light spirits. And how the Gumon, Naru and her Studio Ghibli sloth people and Kuro all have like similar design features of kind of dark, kind of blue-purple color scheme that sets them apart from the light spirits. And then, at least seemingly, these non-light spirit creatures being wary of the spirit trees like light pulse. Because again, we see it kill Kuro's chicks, and then Naru looks at it, it's like, oh no, big light pulse, run away and hide. And it just feels like there's a missing piece to the story there. Of like, why? Like, it feels like there's just something missing. There's just something missing that connects the epic moments together to make it all, like, satisfy, but I guess as it is, it's fine. I do think the game design sadly falls off in the later half, both because you get, like, all of your, like, traversal upgrades kind of late into the game, so there's only bits and pieces that you can do, and there's still, like, some bits, like the super jump into sideways walls. Because, like, there's that one that we tried to do at the start of the stream, where it's obviously not do the hold down the attack and burst to destroy the wall. That's not what it was. It was specifically charge a jump and jump at the wall, but you can't jump at the wall, and doing a charge dash doesn't work either, and it just felt very weird and wonky. And then again, my general continued complaint that it definitely feels like let the player make their own saves and therefore respawn point, it just became a crutch. where they don't really introduce mechanics all that much. They just throw them at you and like, you can die infinite times, so you can figure it out. I will say, though, that the lava ball part of the puzzle in the Mount Horu, that was on me. Mostly because they really should have just put it on its own little pedestal and allow you to activate it. And I think that would have put my brain more at ease. I do get the visual, like, implications they were trying to tell the player, like, this is what you have to do. Move it up the layers to block the lava stream. But it just did not work for my brain. And then the final chase, sadly, suffered the same thing, where they didn't really telegraph all that well what they wanted the player to do. The timing was a bit strict. Of course, it's a chase sequence. But, again, I feel like, oddly enough, if it was longer with checkpoints, it would have been better. If it was longer with checkpoints, I think the final chase would have been a lot better. Because then you could, like, say you added on, like, 50% more length to the chase. And then halfway through, you get a checkpoint. That allows them to continue on and do more cool stuff, but still let the player feel like they're making progress, and then they're closer to the later parts that are going to be harder and kill them more so they can get to those parts faster, and then try to figure it out. Or, you know, the devs could design and telegraph what they want the player to do. Because it does feel like, again, with the infinite respawn, you can set your spawn anywhere stuff. The lack of design ethic, it feels like, then comes to bite the player in those sections where they're like, actually, we're gonna revoke your ability to set down saves arbitrarily. I get the philosophy. They don't want the player to put a save down in a place that could potentially soft lock them. But due to how the design of the rest of the game is, once they're like, ooh, we have to be hard, we have to throw insta-kills. We have to throw insta-kills and harsh terrain and just all this difficulty, and there just is that smidgen lacking of design philosophy for all of that to then kind of be good. Because I do think that by itself, the ability to set down a save and respawn there when you die is a good mechanic. But it like, with the fact that a lot of the rest of the game, past the halfway point, starts to feel like poke, 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 instant kill, untelegraphed thing of what they want you to do, it starts to feel a bit meh. Starts to feel like a crutch. Because, like, in a way, that's kind of why, like, in a way, like, video games with live systems can theoretically be better than games like this that have no live systems, because when you do put, like, a live system in place, in the back of your mind, when you're designing the levels and the enemies, you're always thinking, but, like, how fair is this for a player that has limited lives? Because once you get it into your head, like, oh, they have infinite lives, therefore infinite tries, we can go crazy, sometimes the design philosophy can falter and be painful because they're not trying to be careful and fair, which is kind of what it feels like. It feels like they weren't careful in their design. They had cool ideas like the magnetism cubes. You get to the right orientation, jump, and that's your new up and down. That's a cool mechanic, but they didn't really introduce it well. And also, again, we're kinda cruel with it again, because, like, oh, you can set your own save, your own spawn, so we don't have to be kind. which again, if you're coming back from like maybe playing another game for a little bit, for just like for a new session, and it's been a day or two, you might forget initially, oh, I should probably save, so you'll make some progress, die, and then bam, you're back a bit. Because the game isn't designed with long stretches between attempts, really. It's basically meant to be a save spamming simulator in the later part of the game, and that doesn't feel good. Like, at that point, why even have a cooldown on making a save anyway? I get it, you want to put on, like, oh, you can heal by putting down a save as a mechanic, and therefore you don't want the player to just be able to spam, like, saves and thus heals, but it does feel a little bit wonky in that regard. I do hear that Will-o'-the-Wisps is better, which hopefully it is. Hopefully, with the success of this game, they were able to hire actual level designers. Again, that's probably a bit harsh to the people who did work on the levels and the puzzles and stuff, but it's just like, it feels so bad in the moment to do them, and feels so, like, throwaway to a degree. Where you can basically feel the designers going, I don't have to put care into this, the player can infinitely respawn, and it doesn't feel good. Then again, who knows? Maybe there's just some weird blind spot for me with Ori, and it all makes sense to a normal person. But it just, like, I wouldn't say that I'm like a pro gammon. I'm not a pro gamer. But I am a decent player of games. Usually. Maybe not all games. But I would like to think that I'm pretty decent with, like, a good swath of games. I have a good bell curve of skill. And so it just feels very, like, again, unless there's just a blind spot, unless there's just something not clicking with my brain, it just really feels like the design falls off later on. And you can almost feel the ramping difficulty with, like, oh, it's almost like the designers are going, by now the player should have a decent amount of health, a decent amount of energy cells, and therefore a decent amount of upgrades, so we can do bullshit, so because the player can save wherever they want, usually. Lazily drag and drop do not save section over a place, rather than meticulously placing it so the player doesn't get softlocked. Just drag the whole box, just expand it. Because it's just like, some of the design feels slapdash in that way. That kind of callousness. The player has infinite lives, so who cares? They can set their save basically right before this part, so who cares? But what if the player doesn't? What if the player sets a save in a relatively safe spot and be like, I'll learn this part, and then they get to a part that stumps them, and they basically have to set their save right before that part so they can die, bash their head against the wall. It is basically the lazy man's Dark Souls, in a way. Bashing your head against a difficulty thing until you win, but whereas with Dark Souls, it's a bit more satisfying with the whole, well, usually. In all the Dark Souls and Souls-like games that I've played, like from FromSoft, Sekiro, Elden Ring, Dark Souls 1, all the bosses that are kind of bash your head against it have felt cathartic to beat. Whereas the annoying, like, the chase sequence... It is kind of sad, because the chase sequences are cool in theory, but the only chase sequence that was good was the Ginso tree. Because with the Ginso tree, it was a combination of things where it's early on, you don't have many upgrades, you don't have many traversal options, so it feels like the design had to be tighter. They weren't allowed to be careless with the design of the Ginsu tree chase sequence. But then once you get to the Gumon home, the frozen place, and you have to run from the wind and the death, that's by the point where you've gotten a lot of traversal options, you've gotten a lot of upgrades, so it feels like the designers were a little bit careless. Because they're like, infinite lives, and... Well, actually, no, it's just like, with the chase sequences, I feel like you should be even more careful. Because they are meant to be done in one run. When it comes to the individual, like, puzzles and danger sequences, that makes sense to be careless on, because again, the player can plop down a save point, but it feels weird that they didn't, like, it feels weird that the Ginsu tree feels like it has the tightest design, and then the other ones don't. Because again, I remember in the second chase sequence, or at least I think it was the second chase sequence, the one where you're, again, the Gumon home place, and you're trying to escape. There, I distinctly remember, like, a complete failure on the chase sequence. Like, it failed to really tell me where to go, what it expected me to do. Where it was just like, because again, like, there were kind of wonky moments where I had to break a tree to make a path, and if I'm spend too much time before breaking the tree, the ceiling will collapse and insta-kill me. But then that trained me to be like, ceiling can fall and instant kill me as a hazard. When in the second part, right after the tree breaking, you have to activate the ceiling falling to then progress by going down and following the falling ceiling, and it just felt weird. Like, again, the designers were more like, the player will die to this and learn from that, rather than being able to teach the player while they're alive. We will teach the player with death. That's a weird thing to think about, like, which way is the best way to teach the player? Do you teach the player by killing them with something, they respawn and then know to avoid it? Or do you give the player ample warning to potentially survive and do it in one run? Because that's my personal, preference. When it comes to some games, it won't be possible the entire time, because that's just video games. But it definitely feels in Ori more than anything that it definitely feels more like a you died to this, learn. Granted, it could just be my brain, like at the final part of the final chase, my brain was still on, I need to use Kuro's Feather, when no, you're supposed to do the counter rising, counter the falling thing so you can fly up, counter the falling thing so you can fly up. Which is for some reason, the go up with the feather, go through the cubby hole, come out, and then go up with a different mechanism, fried my brain a bit. It's a combination of it going really fast, getting annoyed by that point because so much pain, so much death, no auto-saves anywhere. Like, in a way, Ori and the Blind Forest almost feels like it suffers from mobility creep. Whereas, there's so many different ways of getting mobility that can be, used design-wise by the developers to effectively get the same result, that when they expect you to interchange between them, it just fried my brain. And it didn't work good for me. See, just lots of mixed thoughts on this game for me. It is beautiful. It is pretty fun, especially in the early game. But then kind of, again, the mixture of difficulty ramp and what feels like design carelessness from the designers kind of brings it back. And the sad thing is, the story doesn't end as satisfying as it should. I've rambled on at the beginning, but again, to be a little concise with it, the one thing that holds the story back from being really good is it doesn't explain the spirit tree. Or again, maybe I'm dumb, maybe I missed something, maybe I'm the problem. But they just didn't adequately explain everything, because it's just like, to me, it feels like there should be some follow-up. Like, oh, we learn the spirit tree is a murderer. And it seems to be implied that Naru is afraid of the spirit tree's power, and that's just never addressed. And it's just weird. Like, I don't know, maybe if something else, maybe semi-related to the spirit tree, like if the spirit tree sent out the Ori SOS return home thing, and I don't know, that caused, like, something else to happen, another, like, I don't know, a monster to go crazy. I don't know, just like, because it just, like, either they need to explain why Kuro's chicks died, flash fried by the spirit tree, why Naru was afraid of the spirit tree's power, or they need to rewrite why Kuro attacked the spirit tree, causing all of this collateral damage, and thus, when seeing Naru, like, caring for Ori like a mother, and Kuro seeing that her actions have caused her egg to become, like, to come into harm, and is willing to sacrifice herself, there needs to just be something. Something, and I don't know exactly what. Because again, it just feels like there is like, oh, these spirit beings with light are different from these other beings with dark color palettes that are implied to not have light. Or at least that's what it felt like with the definitive edition dungeon. And again, the fact that, like, all of these characters share a color palette with Kuro, and Kuro's chicks got annihilated by the spirit tree's light. Like, I feel like there's, like, a connection there. And, like, maybe that's, like, again, it all ties back to Naru seeing the spirit tree pulse, picking up Ori, and running into the cave, as if she was afraid of the spirit tree's power. And then that ties my brain to be like, oh, now we see the spirit tree flash frying Kuro's chicks. Maybe there's maybe that's why Naru is afraid of the spirit tree's power. But it just feels like that's forgotten by the end. It just is left unaddressed. Maybe it's addressed in Will of the Wisps, but I just feel like Kuro's heroic sacrifice could have been done, like, maybe not done, but, like, it could have hit harder if better context was applied. It just feels like something's missing. Like, I don't know, maybe they had plans for a 4th dungeon, and that's where, like, part of the story would go, and be like, here we explain more things, but they didn't have time, maybe? It just, like, it just baffles my brain. I really like stories. I want to get good at writing stories. And this story just doesn't really stack up for me. Because, like, it has a very good build-up. The beginning is really cool. No real, like, maybe it's just my brain glossed over the opening and its artsiness. But I don't remember, like, the impetus of, like, why Ori's, like, spirit leaf broke off from the spirit tree and flew away. Naru found them, and then the spirit tree was like, I need Ori back, blah. But then the build-up is super cool. The reveal that, like, meeting Gumo, like, kind of battling him, saving him, befriending him saving us, finding the, like, ancestral homeland of Gumo, and then seeing what happened to cause Kuro to go on a rampage. It was all a lot of really good build-up, and then it just amounted to nothing. Because, like, the events are cool, but the final bit of context as to why feels like it's missing. Why was Kuro's chicks flash fried by the power of the spirit tree? Why was there such collateral damage? Especially with the fact that Kuro putting Sign back into the spirit tree annihilated her. That proves that, like, there has to be something either about the spirit tree's power being dangerous, or at the very least dangerous to the, like, again, the beings that, from what I could gather from the various story bits that maybe I made up in my head with my headcanons, but it feels like they're like, ooh, these are kind of the lightless beings, the beings that aren't made from the spirit tree light. And it's like, again, like Naru, Gumo, Kuro, they're the lightless, as it were. And just like, maybe the spirit tree's like power and light in excess is dangerous to them, and that's why Kuro herself could withstand its power when she was like far away from it, because she's a full-grown super owl, but her chicks were recently hatched, so when they were exposed to the light and power of the spirit tree for a prolonged amount of time, they just got flash fried, but that's just never really fully explained. And it just, like, again, feels almost like a villain victory, where the spirit tree killed some kids to send out an SOS, and got away with it. So I would say, like, for the first... honestly, for the first 80% of the game, it was good. Even when because it was only by, like, the 82% part for me that I was starting to get a little bit tired of the you can put down your save point wherever and respawn wherever, so we can be wonky with our level design. Because that's all right when it was around starting to happen a lot. Because it was kind of like right after the chase sequence from the Gumon homeland. And we're just like, I dislike this. I think that if the story finished more satisfyingly, I could overlook the gameplay issues, but it just, like... it just sadly feels like, with that kind of... I guess sudden ending to a degree. Just something missing from the ending brings the story down, and then the wonky design in the last, like, dungeon and a half brings the gameplay down. It almost feels like this is more style over substance of a game. Because, again, who knows? Maybe some of the puzzles... like, nah, but yeah. Because I feel like I, like, dissected the puzzles that did make sense to me pretty well. I couldn't see, like, the answers of what they want from me on some of them. Again, like the, like, little spider... like, trying to think of how to describe it. But that one, like, kind of sealed-off area where you have to, like, jump up to the left, and then there's that broken wall that you're supposed to use the super jump to break, but there's no place to use the super jump to break it. So I had to damage boost myself over the spikes on the right to sequence break the thing, because for some reason that was being weird. Genuinely no idea how you're supposed to do that. Genuinely no idea. I really do think that if they simplified the challenges to a degree, if maybe they slowed down a bit, simplified the challenges, maybe extended some of the chase sequences and added a halfway point save state, it could have been better. And, like, been more satisfying. Because in a weird way, you don't have to fix certain issues. You just have to make them not as noticeable, which is kind of the key. Because you don't need to make a game perfect. You just have to make it so the player, like, is rarely exposed to the major issues, or if they are exposed to the major issues, that they don't face it for too long. Kind of a, oh, well, that was weird, onward with the fun times kind of thing. Which is part of the issue with my, like, main critiques. Where it just feels like when you hit the wall of certain issues, you're stuck with that issue until you kind of just brute force past it. The only real part that I think is 100% my stupidity is, again, that, like, supposed to grab the block and then, like, counter-throw it up the platforms to block the lava flow. Because, again, I understand what they were going for with that. Placing it at the bottom in kind of the situation they expect you to put it in elsewhere, but then it just made my brain go, oh no, that's dangerous. But that's purely a my brain thing. But elsewise, yeah, just like, the one, like, honestly, if they just, like, fixed the story, I would, like, completely be fine with the gameplay staying the same. Because, like, I can kind of get past wonky gameplay parts, especially for a good story, and the story was very good up until, like, even, because it's hard to really say if the ending was good or bad, because theoretically the ending is really good. Theoretically, it has all the building blocks to being very satisfying, but they just don't explain the main thing for me. Again, maybe I missed a dialogue box, maybe I missed some exposition, maybe some lore, maybe I didn't get all of the definitive edition dungeon lore on, like, why Naru's parent didn't want her fraternizing with the light spirits, and that's why they were super duper underground. But it just very much feels like important information on the spirit tree wasn't given. Because to me, Kuro is mildly justified. Honestly, the spirit tree there felt like a rabid beast lashing out. It's just like, I have this goal and I want to bring Ori back, so I shall send out an SOS that will kill everything until he does. And really, it's Ori's fault for activating everything. 'Cause sure, like, the Gumon got frozen in their wind cave. The volcano was clogged up and ready to blow when the water was drying up. But technically, Ori's the one that caused the volcano to go crazy. Trying to fix things, just so the spirit tree can be put back into power and murder more people willy-nilly. Because again, it just feels like they don't explain why. Why the spirit tree, at the very least, what the spirit tree did what it did. Or even, like, why Ori was so special, come to think of it. Because again, maybe I wasn't paying attention enough at the beginning, and it could be entirely on me. But it just feels like Ori's spirit leaf petal gets blown away, and the tree is like, no, come back. and starts flash frying everybody that isn't a spirit being. And that's the beginning of the story. And then Ori crawls back to the spirit tree-ish and dies, only to be revived. And then starts scooping up all the other spirits' powers. Some of which apparently, like, maybe it's just flowery wording, but that last one being like, ah yes, this was a sacrifice to Nibel, is like, I don't like that. Especially when we haven't fully explained the malevolence of the spirit tree. Then again, who knows? Maybe that's part of the story. Maybe that's entirely intentional, and me saying that something is missing isn't, and it's just what it's meant to be. That the spirit tree is kind of more of a neutral thing, doing like, yes, I must do what I must, bring back Ori, beep boop, oopsie daisy, children fried. Like, in a way that would then kind of, I guess, combo to Kuro in a way. Like, oh, the spirit tree is the parent of Ori, and wants Ori to come back. And thus, in the spirit tree's attempt to do that, causes collateral damage, sparking Kuro to act, sparking collateral damage. And then with Ori trying to fix things, Ori too causes collateral damage. And in that context, it almost ends with Kuro being the most tragic hero of this game, where Kuro sees this cycle of collateral damage is about to collateral damage her final egg, so she sacrifices herself to make right her part of the wrongs, and hopes that Naru, maybe, the last... Like, basically Naru, the only one who didn't cause any collateral... Or even then, technically, no. Because Ori did see the spirit tree, like, calling out, and Naru was like, no, I fear that, and run away. So, everybody caused collateral damage in this game. Everybody has caused catastrophe by their own name. Maybe that's intentional, but it doesn't feel like it. That just feels like something, like... It almost feels like, in a way, the story is left vague enough that you can kind of read what you want into it, maybe. But, in a way, if that was intentional, I wish it was, like, expressed again. Like, all you have to do is kind of contextualize why the Spirit Tree's big power burst to try and bring Ori back did what it did. And I think that would satisfy me. Because, again, pondering the story and kind of reading potentially too much into it like I am, with like, oh, maybe this is just kind of like a cycle of collateral damage. Where they see something, they try to stop the thing, or like they just want a positive outcome for their immediate thing. The spirit tree wants the positive outcome of Ori coming home, accidentally flash fry some chicks. Kuro wants the immediate good outcome of protecting her final egg, so she steals Sign from the spirit tree, cracks him a bit, and throws him in a hole, destabilizing the forest. Ori, then, with a destabilized forest, loses Naru, they die. Another, like, a collateral damage, leading Ori to go home, die, and then come back very fast. And then by trying to fix the forest, is then introducing more collateral damage. Just kind of like a cycle of collateral damage, which is kind of neat as a concept, but I don't think it was intentional. Which again, if it was intentional, that makes Kuro's sacrifice all the grander to me, but it's not really presented as that. So it doesn't, like, feel satisfying. It's a satisfying concept, but that's fan fiction, basically, at this point. Then again, who knows? Who knows? Maybe Will-o'-the-wisps will explain things, recontextualize the ending, maybe. Maybe. Because, like, there's a lot of cool concepts here, but again, overall, I need to wrap up things up because I'm just rambling. Again, story-wise, it feels like there's something missing from the story. One last bit of context to really tie everything together. Again, if they, were intending it to be a cycle of, collateral damage, that would have been cool if it was, solidified as that, properly presented up front. There is some beauty to be had in, kind of vague stories where you're supposed to think on it and read into it. But then at the same time, you never know. It's just like, oh yeah, I totally meant to do that. Did you? Did you, game? And game definitely suffers from, late game, we've got to make it difficult. Oh, we got to subvert the gameplay-ishness. But yeah, it's just, not even that. It's not even ooh, we have to subvert the gameplay. It's more like they're leaning very heavily into the mechanics, which is cool, but then, just trying to think of how to word it. I don't know how to word it. Because the movement is very good, it's just that final chase, I don't think tied them together well. I don't think. Then again, could just be my brain. Because if I'm thinking back, I do think that the ending of the final chase does have one of the, little plant light bulbs that you can, do the counter fling off of. And I think that was meant to be, hey, use the counter fling from here on out on the other projectiles, but for some reason the falling projectiles did not mesh with my brain, so who knows? Or maybe I'm dreaming up that light bulb. Brain is on fire, so memories might be bad. Overall, the game is fine. It's just that the story isn't as, it's just, it's hard to explain because, again, theoretically, the ending could really, really work as is. It just needed a final bit of context to be yes, here's the thing. To, contextualize, wrap everything up, bring it all together so that that ending feels the way that it is. Because it's weird, because just, as the story is, it's fine. It's just not as satisfying as an ending as I wanted it to be. The build-up of the story throughout the game is really good. It just doesn't end as good as the journey was. Because to me, the first, really big part of the story was the revelation of Kuro's, motivation. Because that made me think, oh, maybe there'd be more. Maybe there'll be more explanation, but then there just wasn't explanation. So maybe it's on me for expecting more. But at the same time, when I see this thing that we're supposed to presumably be rooting for, the Spirit Tree, flash fry some chicks, I'm kind of expecting an explanation on that, and I didn't get any. So who knows? Maybe it's my expectation is what brings it down for me. Maybe that's why I'm dumb. But just from that being there, it feels like there's just something missing. And again, overall, the gameplay is really, really good. If they, honestly, if they cut off, 20% of the game, I think it would have been a better gameplay experience. Because of just everything that I've said. The whole reliant on player-placed saves, respawns, and due to that, not really introducing concepts as well as they could have. And yeah, I guess, the final dungeon does kind of fall into the ramp up the difficulty thing with, like, oh, you're standing on the ground too much, so you take damage. Have a bunch of enemies everywhere. Blah. Which I kind of get, because they're supposed to be, like, ramping up the difficulty. I'm just trying to think, because it could be that the final chase was just unsatisfying enough to taint the dungeon as a whole for me. Because conceptually it's pretty cool. You get to the top and start plugging up the holes as you go down. But then... just that chase sequence. It's just kind of funny to me because I honestly think that the chase probably, like, to me, I think I would have liked the chase if it was longer, had a save or two, and was, like, maybe a little bit slower. Because it just felt a little bit too fast and, like, shared some of the lack of telegraphing at times. But I guess as criticisms for the overall game, I think you could rearrange some of the power, like, upgrades a little bit. Like, get the half off make a save link earlier on so that, like, because that's when you'd want the half off save link power, when you don't have much cells to spend on making save links in this game that definitely really wants you to make save links like crazy. And then, personally still dislike the slimes. The slimes were my least favorite enemy because they look too closely like the spikers and they affect the terrain, and I don't like that. It's just my own personal preference. I do not like that enemy. I understand it to a degree. It's like, then you have to be wary of, like, where you stand. But even with full maximum upgrade, usually they could get off 2 shots. And with all the particle effects, it's kind of hard to see where they shoot. Which I guess is another general complaint. Sometimes the particle effects can kind of get in the way of things. Sometimes the foreground, like, graphics will hide something a bit too much. Even with the can see through walls upgrade, some things still looked a bit hidden and secrety, which in a way is cool, but at the same time, I got an upgrade to see through walls. Why is it still so hidden? By the foreground of all things. And then there was one more. There was one more, like, thing. One thing that did kind of bother me in, like, hindsight is the fact that so many things aren't really standardized. Like, primarily the use, like, this to destroy this wall thing. Like, say, you need to hold down the attack button to make a big burst. It feels like there are a bunch of different graphics for the walls that you could do that on. And then same thing with we want you to do a super jump to break this wall graphic. It felt like there was a bunch of different ones. So there wasn't really a cohesive, I see that and I know, like, 2 plus 2, I need to use this ability on you, kind of thing. And oddly enough, I also want to critique the level up, like, what's the word? Not spread, but the level up curve. Because, in a way, having combat give experience takes away from exploration giving experience. Like, maybe if there was some kind of infinitely stackable final upgrade you could do to make, like, exploring past getting all of the upgrades, like, worth it, that would have been neat. Because, yeah, Like, there were tons of, like, experience buds and full-on, here's an entire ability point bud that I just ignored in the end because I already maxed everything out. Like, in a way, it's kind of nice that, like, yes, you can get everything a bit early and not have to do everything, but this is a Metroidvania game. Getting through challenges and secrets and puzzles to get those upgrades is part of the charm, and it's kind of sad that, like, a decent swath, it felt like, were able to just be ignored. But yeah, overall, I think it's a fine game, but it definitely drops off near the end for, like, gameplay design, difficulty, and story reasons, which are sadly probably three of the biggest, like, tenets of game for me. I really like stories, I really dislike abrupt, like, late game difficulty, and, like, I just wish it was a bit better. Because it looks so good. The design, the world is pretty, the art is great, the animations are fluid, the gameplay is fluid. Like, in, like, kind of the mid-game is where it really peaks, where you have just enough traversal ability to be like, yeah, flow through the puzzles, flow through the platforming, and it feels so good, and then they just went a bit too far, and like, we must impede the player's, like, movement now. We must add even more traversal, so that you have too many options, is kind of what it feels like. It feels like the gameplay is too much, and the story wasn't enough. In a way. Like, I have a lot of thoughts, but they're all jumbled. But yeah, like, the art, the animation, the music are all basically perfect. I don't think I have a single complaint with the art, music, and animations. But yeah, there's, like, the gameplay, the design curve, the level curve, and just something missing from the story kind of drags it back. It makes me kind of wonder what the non-definitive edition is kind of like. Actually, that could probably be it. I wonder if, like, some of my complaints, or at least, like, some of my complaints, if, like, my level curve complaint might be due to the definitive edition. And even some of my complaint about there being a lot to do. Because, like, the definitive edition added the throw a light ability, which does add very good movement, but that feels almost incidental. I do own the non-definitive edition of Ori, so maybe I'll play that and see what it feels like. Because I'm actually kind of curious now. Just how much was added in the definitive edition and everything. But I guess, in the end, wanting to like a game more and wanting a game to be better is better than many other game. Like, I guess if I had to rate it, I prefer to use, like, a 5 scale. I'd probably give it a 3.5. But it's hard to tell. Maybe a 4, but it's just like 3.5 feels too low while 4 feels too high, because the ending just wasn't as satisfying as the story was being built up to be to me. The gameplay just falls off a bit and becomes a bit jumbled. The difficulty design is just a little too, like, lackluster for me. It's like, I don't know. Still highly recommend this game. It's still utterly beautiful. But there's still just a few major stumbling blocks. But who knows? I have heard, again, I mentioned it, that Will of the Wisps does correct a lot of, like, failings of Blind Forest, so it'll be very interesting to see what Will of the Wisps has to offer. And I can't wait to give it a try. But enough of my rambling. I do enjoy Blind Forest, and I'm happy to have played Ori.
It's just like, when thing could have been better. Stabs at the heart.
But yes, thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you want more from me, I try to stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you want even more from me, you can find everything that I do in my Linktree, linktr.ee/neonicywings, with direct links to the Linktree in the various descriptions and link places of the internet. My Linktree holds links to everything I do, like my edited content YouTube channel, my streaming YouTube or streaming Twitch, depending on your preference of streaming platform, with all of these streams then uploaded to the streaming YouTube channel for quality and posterity. And then if you want other things from me, like art, similar to my little character in the corner, or writing, there are links to various websites that I upload art and writing to, because art and writing is fun. I just need to do more, but brain gets in the way. But yes, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Just remember, be you, be true, be happy, but most importantly, be kind and stay hydrated. And thank you for spending your time with me. Bye-bye.